Hello guys, welcome back to another Lumley trading video. In this one we're going to be doing some in-depth stock analysis on Rite, ticker RAD. So to get straight into it, we can see it is pushed up around 40% on the day, and this momentum has continued from last week. Last week was very strong. I mean, if you go and check over the daily, if you just go back about 2 months, we were sitting around $5, and since then we've nearly doubled in market cap. So seeing this, why is firstly Rite moving? And really there isn't too much news. All I can really see on it is that there was some activist interest, and that's kind of why the momentum started, and that's why it's continuing. So that's one thing to look out for when looking at Rite is it's moving on really, or it's moved in such a crazy way on news it really shouldn't have. You would expect some sort of an increase, but this kind of increase does just seem a bit over the top. So do take that into account when looking at support and resistance levels, because we would be a bit more bearish on it, just knowing that the reason it's moving isn't off solid earnings or something like that, but is instead just on activist interest. So currently, we're sitting around $9.40. If this momentum continues, which, I mean, if we're up 15% of the day, seeing go up to 20% of the day isn't unrealistic. But around 10.50 is going to be that next strong resistance level, because that is the second deviation on the 4 hour. But you can also see that does line up with the half deviation on the daily, so that will be a strong resistance level. Then if we do continue up past that level, 12.40 kind of slash 12.50 kind of area should be quite strong. And then going on to around 13.25. with an extreme level being around $16 and then a final level being at $19.75. So again, with all these resistance levels, you can use these in different ways. If you're someone who's looking to short Rite, whether that's with stocks or options, these are the levels we would usually start to build a position at. And if you're maybe buying in from the 10.50 or shorting from the 10.50, you may want to be adding at these other areas if it continues. But that's the main way we look at it, at least on a short bias view. And then if you're trying to use them on a long bias view, how can you do that? Well, really, we wait for a break through this level. For example, break through this 10.50, go to at least kind of probably $11, come back, retest 10.50, and as long as more buying pressure comes in, and then we can kind of break that previous high, we would expect it to push to that next deviation, which in this case would be 12.40. Now, if Rite starts declining, what are going to be our targets? So we do have a support level around 870, with the next one being 780. So these will be the key support levels where we expect short kind of scalpable longs on. But really, if we were looking to get long the stock in more of a longer term outlook or more of a longer term swing, then really we would wait for a decline to go a bit further. The reason for that is there isn't too much upside when you're looking at statistical mean. So instead we would wait for a push closer down to that $5, or maybe even down to around 470 to get that 52-week low. That is the main thing we're looking at right. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. Hope to see you next one, and that's it. Peace. Maybe I'm crazy.